It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
Hello, model citizens. Welcome to Junction. Tonight on Trains and Tech, we're going to get into a new hobby that I've taken on. My intention was that this edition would kind of be, well, an addition, but I've kind of gotten a little bit carried away lately, and everything's kind of gone downhill from there. So another thing that's going on that's not a part of this is I had this brilliant idea that 5 seconds before the stream started, I was going to try and figure out how to stream to Facebook. So if you're watching this on Facebook, I can't see your comments because I didn't plan ahead, because, you know, that's kind of the way things go, and I'm not going to spend any more time trying to figure it out at this moment. So before we get to the new hobby, though, which is not metal detecting, it's not collecting dolls. Lock picking is actually, I would say, an older hobby of mine that I haven't done in a long time. I realized that I was really bad at it. All but the, you know, all but the locks you can open with a butter knife, I pretty much couldn't open any locks. Nose picking, that is a very good guess. Sean, keep your mouth shut. I'm just kidding, you know. Yeah, I really did fall into the rabbit hole. I looked at, you can look up the amount of hours, and I was kind of shocked by the amount of hours. I've actually been in this new hobby for a little bit over a week now, and I didn't mention anything last week because it was still like very brand new, but let's just say there were some sales over the holidays, and I kind of I couldn't pass it up. Yeah, so I've got problems. Before I get to my problems, though, I did think that what we would do is I've got one box right here. This is one of the boxes from the thumbnail photos. This box, though, is involved in my original hobby. The hobby that... There's one thing about model railroading, and I don't think it's just me, maybe it's just me, but when I find something interesting, I tend to go way down the rabbit hole. Especially if it's kind of like technology based, I guess you can say. So I've been really into the signaling. I got my my notebook here, and the intention of this notebook is that I'm going to go through, and I've got the I've got the map printed out. Ian Holmes, I believe is his last name, on Facebook sent me some information that he uses to track various routes. One of them is from New Zealand and one of them's from Australia. Ian lives in one of those countries. I'm not really sure which one, but I'm still doing the signaling thing. I've got the notebook ready to take notes, but this is page 1 of the notebook, and every other page of the notebook looks pretty much the same. So yeah, the notebook is still here, and this box was actually purchased. Dennis, you're number 3. We have all 3 here right now. So if people don't know, we've gained another Dennis. So Otter Creek was the original Dennis, aka the original pain in our butt. N-Scale Train Boy is Dennis number 2, not quite as much of a pain in the butt as Dennis number 1, but definitely earning his title. And yes, number 3 is here, which is our gentleman here, which he explained what all this was. Reading, RDG is Reading, K1 is the locomotive. I forget what SE is, but the number is 3019. So, yeah. Yeah, Otter Creek's number 1, you're number 2, and our Reading friend is number 3. Ron, if you stay as Ronald, you'll probably be alone, but... Oh, K1 SE is the loco class, sorry. 4th Dennis. No, Dave, you can't be another Dennis. Let me go back here and get a knife, because if I don't get a knife, it is going to take me forever to get this box open. I bought a bunch of these knives like 4 years ago, and I still have these things. I use them for all of these like non-precise tasks, and they hold up. They hold up pretty well. Another sort of thing to mention, it's really warm in this room. We'll get into why a little bit later, but let's just say it's a little too warm in here, so I'm not wearing any safety shoes. Let's just get that out of the way right now. Yeah, I need a knife for unboxings. Let's see. I don't know why I'm like thinking, okay, before I unbox this, did I forget to mention something? I mentioned the Facebook thing, right? So if you're on Facebook watching this, I can't see your comments. My fault. I waited too late. I got some other boxes back here that we could open as well, but let's dive into this one. Please tell us that you are at least wearing pants. Yeah. I am wearing pants. A lot of times down here, though, I wear shorts. I probably should be wearing shorts today. So, you know. Thank you very much, Roy. If you don't know, there are memberships on the channel. Roy just gifted a bunch of memberships out, and I see a bunch of people have been assigned memberships. All of you that are here, it looks like there are a bunch of people here that haven't commented in a while, so I didn't even realize you were here or watching. But Roy, thank you so much for doing that. Much appreciated. If you don't know, my goal is all about growing the community. That's a big reason why I why I do these streams. But yeah, thank you. Happy New Year, everybody. Absolutely. 20 of the 39. I don't know what Adam means by that, but if I try and figure out what Adam means, we could be here all night. Now, Lynn says, now the box will never get open. Yeah, probably not. Probably not. No, we'll open it. I got plenty to talk about tonight, so you know we'll go from there. What does 7 of 9 mean? What are people talking about? What did I miss? What did I miss? I don't know what I missed. I'm very confused. What's going on? Maybe do I need to stop everything? Oh, it's a Star Trek thing? See, if it's a Star Trek thing, you know, if you didn't get a membership, you're more than welcome to pick one up on your own. Oh, Roy gave 20 of 39 people here a membership. Now I got it. Now I got it. Okay. Now I see. I used to like watch like, okay, how many people are here, and like if I was under 40, I would like get bummed out and whatnot and so forth. And I just stopped looking at it. I'm doing my thing. I'm enjoying. I'm having a good time. All right, should we open the box? We'll try not to get distracted again and just open the box. This box is actually, I'm very impressed how well sealed up this box is. I have bought stuff from these guys plenty of times, and I always get the items that's in here. I tend to get from them all the time. Does that make sense? I don't know. I don't know if what I just said made any sense whatsoever. But when I open the box and you see what the items are, it'll make a little bit more sense, and I'll tell you who I bought them from, and we'll go from there. So I'm putting the knife down so that I don't hurt myself, and it does look professionally packaged. This is not an eBay purchase. This was not packaged by our friends at eBay. That is for sure. Rusty says, quit yammering and open the box already. You see? If, you know. Ron, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Ron, I'm assuming I'm going to see you up at Amherst. I will be going to Amherst. I'm going on Saturday. We don't have our usual host this year. Unfortunately, Bernard from Mini Prints is not going to be able to make it down to Amherst this year. We usually do a Saturday YouTube meet and greet where, you know, people that know each other from YouTube kind of all come together. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like that's going to happen at Bernard's booth. So we're looking for other places to meet. One of the places I thought was we'd maybe go bug Ray over at Around the Layout, just because I love bothering Ray any chance that I get. But there are other options too. So if anybody wants to like coordinate it and figure it out, please figure it out. DB Tech is very easy to spot. If you don't know, he's the really tall one banging his head into everything. Yeah, about shooting the track. All right, so the tracks aren't on. Am I concerned about putting a cardboard box on the tracks? No. These are just straight tracks too. They're just yard tracks, so I'm not really worried about them. I do have 2 turnouts though. Let's see. Can we see the turnouts here? Yeah, so there's a turnout here and there's another one right under here. I'm a little concerned about these turnouts on either end, but I don't know. They've been okay so far. It is one downside of giving up having a desk. For those of you that haven't been around long enough, I used to have a desk in here, and the layout used to be just on the other side of the room. Essentially, I got rid of the desk, which means I got rid of where the area that I, was able to stream, which kind of means now, like, I've kind of been doing it on top of my classification yard. It's probably just about the worst place to do unboxings and stuff like that, but I can sit here and clean the track while we're waiting. Brad says I have to go to the washroom. Brad, you do realize you could probably go to the bathroom, come back, and I probably still wouldn't have started the stream. Speaking about cleaning the track, and now I don't know if I'm going to be able to find them quickly. Well, I was going to show you guys. I found this new brush that I really like. It's a little foam brush, and it basically just does like one rail at a time. But I'm liking it better than like microfiber cloths and all that kind of stuff to clean the tracks. So yeah, they're just like, go to Amazon and look up like foam applicator brush. I think that's what it was called, or something like that. And yeah, unfortunately, this is true. A lot of us model railroaders give up horizontal space to our layouts, and it does. I mean, if you saw some of the stuff that I did do on this layout, or even like, I'm looking behind me, I mean, there's just stuff. I try not to pile it on the track, but, that's just mean. We got to wait for Brad to come back. We can't open it now. Is that a new AC unit in the window? It's not new. It's been here for a little while. I've got the corner of it open though. In the winter, I have like a little diaper that goes over it that stops the wind from coming in through the AC. And when it gets really hot in here, basically I just pull the diaper down a little bit, and that helps let a little bit of air circulation in here, so I don't get steamed out. Okay. Wind. Yes, wind. Do I need another box of Band-Aids? No, I actually still have, if you guys don't know, of course I can't get them out because I've got too much stuff in here. But if you guys don't know, Lynn bought me some Band-Aids, so I do have them. I have used them, not as frequently as you would probably think, but I have had to use them. My latest adventure, though, and I don't know if you can still see it on the thing. I don't know if you can see it. I took a core sample out of my head the other day. This new hobby that I was setting up, I had to keep climbing under the layout, and I hit my head so hard. I couldn't believe how hard I hit my head. My shoes and socks are upstairs. I usually just come down here in my safety shoes. I believe these are Dennis #1 approved safety shoes, and they've got a nice soft toe, so when things drop, they crush your toes. And yeah, you can go over to my what is it? There's like that website where where you can show your feet and get your feet rated. So yeah, we'll do that. There we go. Oh, Dennis says, "Damn Skippy, glad to hear those are regular." Uh, I don't think I damaged the layout. I may have painted it slightly, but I don't think I damaged it. Okay, we were all waiting for Ed. In case anybody didn't know, the reason I've been delaying is all because of Ed. So if anybody is frustrated by the delay, reach out to Ed O'Connell. I'll post his email address so everybody could reach out to him and blame him for the delays. So now that none of that was true. None of that was true. Bernard, if you're there, I was like literally about to go open the box. Dennis, you got to pay attention. Brad already came back. I'm reading the chat. Am I the only one reading the chat? Is that what's going on here? All right, so this is a box. The first thing in the box on top is some paper. When I was looking to buy these items that are in this box, I was talking to somebody that is an expert in the area, and essentially what that, yeah, there you go. Essentially what I was told is that there is no book that I can buy that is going to help me with my struggles in this area. And I said, okay. And I went out and I bought a bunch of books. I have read a couple books on the subject. They've clarified some things, but I am hoping to get some more information on the subject. So yes, these are books. These come from a place called, I think it's Arizona Hobbies. The gentleman that runs Arizona Hobbies is Randy. I've had a good experience with Randy and his communication. His book prices are generally pretty good. He's usually got some sales of some older stuff. So, yeah, Ed, I know. Adam, if you want to know what books are the things with pictures in them. That's it, pictures. Yeah, I try and keep the binding on the books as in pristine condition as possible. So usually most of the books that I have, if you look up on the shelf behind me, most of those books up there, the spines of the books are in perfect condition. So I recommend if you buy books, put them on the shelves and don't use them, because if you open them, you might get them dirty, or worst case, you might learn something. Yeah, if read them. Yeah, forget about that. Forget about that. All right, so we got 3 books, and I didn't realize one of the books is bigger than the other 2 books. Should we start with the small book first and work our way up to the large book? Or should we start with the large book first and work our way down to the small book? All right. I have a question because I don't know the answer. I have a camera behind a piece of glass, and it's able to see things behind the piece of glass. I also have a motion sensor mounted to the side of the camera. It doesn't seem to be able to see through the glass. Is that a thing that can motion detectors not see through glass like cameras can? I'm trying to use a motion detector to sense when things are moving, and it's not working. Motion can't see through glass. Are you saying that? I feel kind of stupid asking this question, but I can't tell if Roy is joking or if Roy is serious. And this is what I think, is that it might be reflecting. The sensors can't see it. Damn. Well, that's kind of a bummer. Well, I'm sure if I look I'm sure if I look around, I can probably figure out a place to put it. This is not an infrared heat one. I believe this is just a motion one. Yeah, I think it's the IR is bouncing off. I do think there is room to put it on the other side of the glass. I just I need to find a way to make it secure so it doesn't like rattle around and fall off. So they even sent bookmarks. Look at this. Order direct from ArizonaHobbies.com and save money. Fees and taxes are added when you order from Abe Books, Amazon, Biblo, and eBay. I don't know really how it works, but like if you go on Abe Books and you buy something from Abe Books, in my experience, you're never buying it from Abe Books. You're buying it from like some other company that's just listed on Abe Books. And I don't know if the other company knows that they're doing that or not. That is a good question. Dave BNSFN Skills asking, where is Arizona Hobbies? Dave, you used to live in Arizona, so I'm guessing Arizona? I don't know. Am I going to tell us a new hobby before you go to bed? Maybe. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. It all depends. You know, we're going to be here together for like about an hour, so, you know, I gotta find a way to fill the time in Texas. I think ABE is the acronym for Amazon, Bilbo, eBay. That would be very, very funny if that was true. Okay, let's see where the address is. If you don't know, Dave BNSFN Scale used to live in Arizona. I believe Phoenix area maybe, but I don't think he lives there anymore. Okay, so Arizona Hobbies is in Tucson, Arizona. I think you Arizonians call it Tucson, but I'm gonna call it Tucson. So yeah, they're in Tucson. No, not Tucson, Maine. Tucson, Arizona. All right, so these set of books, if you haven't figured it out right now, is for my previous rabbit hole, which is all about signaling. And I was told, or it was recommended to me, oh boy, these words are tiny in here. I don't know that I'm going to be able to see the words in here. But yeah, how did you know that, Lee? Did Jim recommend the yellow book to you as well? But yeah, Jim Schweitzer said, get the yellow book. And then I was talking to David Barraza, and he said, yeah, like, it's a good book, but it doesn't have the answers that you want. And I said, oh, well, what about this other book? And he said, no, that's not going to help you with what you need. And then I said, well, what about this book? And he said, no, that's not going to help you with what you need. So I bought all the books anyway. But I figure if I understand signaling a little bit better, that it might help me figure out the conditionals and the variables and all that way. Yeah, see, Lee, you got it. Like, look at this spine. Could you imagine if I actually like opened and read this book? Like, I might actually get a split or a crack down the spine, and that would just be really, really bad. It is true, I've got a lot of magnifying stuff, so 173Q, what device is most commonly used to establish direct control of automatic signals by trains? Answer, the track circuit. Oh, so it looks like these are all like questions and answers. 294Q, how is electric switch indication accomplished? Answer, in a wide variety of ways depending upon the mechanical and operational features of the control machines utilized, in the towers and of the switch machines in service on the ground. Maybe what we should do is maybe for one of the streams, I will just read and ask questions. 220Q, what difficulties are encountered in assigning a different indication to the approach medium aspect? Answer, this is an alternate plan to that of reassigning medium speed at a higher value, but similar difficulties are encountered. I don't know, does anybody know what any of this means? Yeah, so Grandpa Rails knows what this shirt is. It is the shirt of John Tanzillo's railroad, so I am supporting the South today. Did they make a pop-up version of the book? Boy, that would be useful. I'm almost feeling like this book should have been, what are those called? Flashcards. 76Q, what is the purpose of the resistor used in series with the battery in the diagram? Now we got to look at the battery. Oh, wait. Lee said page 103 was helpful. Well, now we got to check out page 103. Oh, look at this. Suggested worksheet for use in designing requirements of mechanical locking. I wonder if he, I don't know if you were being serious with that statement, but this actually is kind of a helpful little sheet. How many months will it take me to read it? Years. I'll never finish it. So Barraza was right. It's not going to help you with what you need. Oh, that is too funny. All right, that's going on the floor. Don't step on that. All right, book number 2, which again is apparently useless in helping me figure out what I want to accomplish. But so Lee, basically Dave said, you can buy the book if you want. They're all good books. I have every single one of those books. The questions that you are asking me are not answered in those books. So Dave says he's got all of them, but he says they're not going to help me. This one is called Introduction to North American Railway Signaling from the Institution of Railway Signal Engineers. Well, I didn't buy them for no reason. I figured they'd have some pictures in them. Audio frequency track circuits, joint bonding, wayside signals. This book looks like, I don't know, like when I see railway signal engineers, what I'm wondering is, was it, okay, it says printed in the United States. What I'm wondering is if this is actually like a European publisher that wrote this book. Oh no, it says Omaha, Nebraska. Compiled by Kendrick. Let me know, do you guys know any of these people? Kendrick Bissett, Tony Robotham, Dave Thurston, Rob Burkhart, Jeff Power, and Jim Holscher for the North American section of the Institution of Railway Engineers. Yeah, they should have to. That would be good. Yeah, I bought them because nothing has fallen off of the shelf in a while. Yeah. Oh, man. You're saying that as a guy that lives in Ohio. And I lived in Ohio for 2 years, so I know, I understand. But yeah. I read that book. That book didn't answer my questions either. I have that book. That book is sitting upstairs. It's sitting right underneath Dana's book. And yeah. So this is the other book. This is the book that is bigger than every other book another one that I was told doesn't answer the questions I want. But this one is called Your Guide to Railway Signals. And I don't know why, I didn't really clock this when I bought these. Oh, interesting. This is a Simmons Boardman book from Omaha, Nebraska, which is the same as what this book was. This was also a Simmons Boardman book. Let's see. Oh, this is a Simmons Boardman book too. All right, someone go do some research on Simmons Boardman books and let me know. I wonder, maybe, are they like I wonder if they're a print on demand company, maybe? This book is from 2008, first published in 2008. This book says, looks like the second publishing of this was in 1953 of this book. Nathan says, how are you going to operate the signals? Carefully. That's the problem. Theoretically, through prototypical signaling methodologies, meaning using a computer and stuff. But yeah, so these are all Simmons Boardman books. This one is from second edition, published in 2018. Although the up here it also says 2018. So, anecdote. Well, here we go. This is starting off good right here. How many this is really here at the bottom of the book. How many electrical engineers does it take to change a light bulb? None. They simply redefine darkness as the industry standard. I think that's actually pretty good, and that's in the preface, so that's pretty good. Adam, did you actually look this up? Bar Business Magazine, International Railway Journal, Marine Log, whatever. Simmons Boardman is not a self-publishing house. They're an industry-centric publishing house, especially in manuals for various industries. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh, you wrote that. Oh, you wrote that multiple times. Yeah, bookworm, rabbit hole. The problem is I'm not really a bookworm because I don't devour these books like other people do. But I feel like this is going to be interesting. I don't know that it's going to give me the answers that I need. I might be going down another rabbit hole that takes me in completely the wrong direction. But this is kind of interesting. This page is left blank intentionally. I love this too. This little Dr. Raymond Rhodes, PhD. He's like on a thing. So what you're saying? Yeah, a book. Yeah. I actually haven't. Is that something that is like printed in book form, or is that just something that like you download the PDFs online? Oh, there you go. Adam says he needs to sell some more rulers. Adam, come to Amherst. But this is like cool. I don't know. So, like, I'm kind of a dork when it comes to this stuff. Like, here's, it's talking about lightning protection. A railroad track is a magnet to lightning. The conductive rails run for miles directly on the ground. It's an essential to protect the signal house equipment from lightning strikes and unexpected surges. Like, I don't need to know that, but I do think it's interesting that all of the signal boxes all have lighting arresters. I don't know. I think that's, I found that bit of information interesting. Here we go. Recommended inspection tasks and frequency. Yeah, so probably things I don't need to know. Yeah, so here's the thing, right? You know, I can try and pretend as much as I want that, thank you very much, Tammy, appreciate it. I can pretend all that I want that I need to figure things out by myself. And, you know, I should just listen to people sometimes because then I wouldn't need to buy those books. No, so I will definitely flip through those books. The yellow book actually seems pretty interesting to me in that question and answer format because I kind of like questions and answers. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. YouTube is saying now would be a good time for ads. No, thank you. No ads. We are not going there. Okay. So yeah, bunch of science and math and no part numbers. Oh, you know. Should we talk about my my hobby? Some of you guys already know about it. Some of you guys have actually already mentioned it in the chat. So I'm just going to pull this little item out. We'll put it right here, and you'll know what the hobby is, right? Anybody that is in the hobby knows exactly what that is. Yes. Yes. It is. It has been a deep rabbit hole as well. I do not. So last night was the first time that the printer wasn't printing since I got it. And yeah. Ronald says, "What's the new hobby? Building boats?" Yeah, exactly. I have printed very few things for model railroading, and almost everything that I have printed so far has either been for basically making tools, making more tools for more things to print. And the other thing about this printing hobby that I think model railroaders can kind of relate to is the kind of repetitive action of it, right? I mean, a lot of us love watching trains run in circles, and we like kind of that repetitiveness of it. And we like the patterns and the frequency and all that kind of stuff. And I will, like, I'll do, I'll be doing something else, and I will just put this on in the background and just kind of have it like going off to the side. And I do, like, I find it relaxing. There are two very interesting things to me about 3D printing that I guess I knew, you know, I kind of knew, but I kind of didn't really understand. The first one is that, you know, this, the benchy that I printed, this was printed with the small little sample spool that came with the printer. And I cannot believe how many different things that I printed just with that little small spool of print, you know, the little spool. So this is a spool buddy that I printed out. This helps you get cardboard spools onto the plastic reels. I printed something for the wife upstairs, a little thing that said, "I love you." I printed all kinds of different things. This is one of my last prints. It's a little phone holder. I know you're all like, "I can't see that." But it's a little, you know, phone holder that you just put your phone on. And it just folds down really small, so I can put it in my pocket. And here's the thing, Al, and kind of it, I guess I didn't necessarily get about 3D printing either, is at this point in time, and I think this is new-ish. I don't know. I don't know how long this has happened for, but essentially 3D printing is almost as easy as just sending a Word document to a printer. It's slightly more complicated. You have to pick your printer, pick your build plate, pick your filament, but then it figures everything out for you. And it just kind of works. And I don't really know, like, I don't really understand how it works so well. I mean, I remember 20 years ago, this guy that used to 3D print, and he basically made like a really, really crappy printer so that he could 3D parts to buy a slightly nicer printer to then make parts to, sorry, not buy, to build. Like, he basically would like keep building printers to you know, building nicer ones, because you had to make one to build one. So Adam, you have a 3D printer. Why would my temperatures be this high? What am I printing? And I'll give you a clue. It's not PLA. So I am printing something else right now. It's not PLA. I've even like got these like goofy little things. This is a little print indicator that I have. And basically this just goes from one end to the other and, you know, starts at 0. This print has been going for, you know, 66% of the time. So it's, I don't know why I got this. I don't know what, I don't know why I need this. This is not something that I need, but it's something that I need. So yes, this is PETG transparent. The reason it is PETG transparent is that what I am printing, and I'm trying to think if there is a way. So what I am printing is, you can see in the center there, basically I 3D printed that green riser. So the printer is black, and then there's a green like vent thing. So that green thing is for venting, that you need to vent for like PLA and for PETG. But there are some times that you might not want to vent and you need covers. So I am making the covers translucent. And the reason I'm making the colors translucent is because I've got a bunch of lighting in here. And when I, you know, turn on the lights in the printer, I thought it would be fun if these all lit up. Lynn, interesting question. I don't pay anything for the electricity in here. The electricity in this room comes with the rent. It is a part of, you know, it's part of the rent. So I don't pay for it all. It is actually the P1S. If I knew more, I might have gotten the P2S instead of the P1S. But I will say the P1S, you know, there are a couple of things with the P1S that you have to do manually that the P2S does automatically. P2S has some like AI stuff in it. At this point at least, there's nothing that I'm missing that I would have really, you know, wanted. Yeah. So I mentioned it's hot in here. The reason it is hot in here is because it is hot in here. I'll bring up this view again. I do have in the center there is a little temperature and humidity device, and it is currently reading, what is it reading? 83 degrees back there and 31% humidity. It is kind of warm down there. But that's kind of intentional as well. I don't know, when I move this, you can see there's a curtain here, right? So this is under the layout. This is one of my control areas, control things for the layout. This, control stuff on the layout. 3D printers back here. These here are my dry box system. I have something called a Polymaker Poly Dryer, and I printed some accessories for it. So that's what this is. I got a little desiccant dryer as well sitting up here, but it fits really nicely under here. I've been thinking about getting an A1 Mini for a while, and the more and more I thought about it, I wasn't as interested in getting what's called a bed slinger. And I wanted something that was enclosed, because this is printing in this room that I do spend a lot of time in. I do have, well, yeah, you're not gonna be able to see it really, but I do have, oh, there, you can see it. I do have an air purifier sitting here right next to it. That little tester thing that I have does actually read PM 1.0, PM 10, PM 2.5 particle size. So it does read particle size. So, I'm trying to stay safe as much as I can. Yeah, and I'll happily do trades for people or print stuff that people want. The reason I got the printer, yeah, Grandpa Rails, exactly, it does. John, there's a public bathroom down the hall. Roy, okay, just thinking about all the computers, printers, all this stuff. It's probably not as high as you think. There's only, I think, 2 20-amp breakers for this entire room, and I've never actually tripped them, even with, I mean, like, all the lights that are on now are all LED lights, and I've got the 3D printer running, and I've got 2 pretty beefy computers running. So yeah, and this is what it is. I mean, the P1S, it is an older model. It's not the newer model. I did not get the ABS, the automatic, whatever they call it, the color, AMS, automatic material switcher or something like that. I may, I don't know. I might get I don't think I'm going to get 2 AMSs, but I might get the AMS 2. The AMS is coming back in stock in February. I like the idea of being able to, like, when I print this, right, this is all one color, and there's writing in the top of this. And the actual model has the writing in different colors. Not different colors, a different color. So you could see the writing on the object. And I do kind of think being able to switch 2 colors at least would be nice. So I might get the AMS 2. I'm very organized. I mean, I don't know. Can you see the piles on the floor behind me? I don't know. I'm organized ish. I do know, I did do a bunch of research on, where is it, what Roy said? Roy's, oh, here you go. PLA and PETG are fairly safe, and that is true. I did a ton of research on it. My concern is a little bit like, we thought smoking was safe. We thought asbestos was safe. So my thinking a little bit on it is, I'm not really that worried about it. Very, very fine particles are a little bit of a concern, because they are kind of like getting on stuff. I can kind of definitely see some of the dust. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to be printing any ABS here. I think the most I am likely going to print will be TPU. I've only printed PLA and PETG so far. What's in there right now being PET G. A lot of this stuff is TPA though. Like here is this is a little funnel to fill some of the desiccant boxes in my poly dryer. This is a roller that I printed. I printed this roller in PLA because this is the roller that's going to be on the outside of the machine. The rollers that are inside the dry box, I printed in PET G. So there is like, again, this is like kind of one of those, in some senses, a little bit of a nerdy hobby, I guess, kind of. So I kind of like it. I do know Andy is driving up to Amherst because he's got a lot of things he wants to bring up there. I just keep 4 different colors in each at the time, so when I run, I just pick from the 8. And that's a big reason, I think, too. I want the AMS2. I mean, I basically just keep 2 colors ready to go, but I have to, like, manually swap them and stuff like that. I'd still love a cutter, man. You know, like I can't do a laser cutter in here, but those cry cuts are pretty interesting. Yes, Thingiverse, Maker World is Bamboo's version of Thingiverse, and I spend a lot of time on there printing things. A lot of the things I print, like I said, so far, most of what I'm printing are like tool type of things. Like this is a toolbox that I printed. The lid, I just need to get the screws for the lid, but it's just, you know, it's a multi-part thing. If I had an AMS, I could have printed it all at once, but I didn't. So I had to print things in different colors. This poop color, for a lack of better term, I don't know. I mean, this is an interesting color, but I got it. Yeah. So so Printables is one manufacturer. Maker World is Bamboo's. I guess there's Maker Online. There's a couple of different ones. And yes, this is supposed to be a wood color. There you go. Printables is Prusa. I just can't remember all of it. This was supposed to be a matte wood color. This is a Polymaker PLA filament. I'm actually really enjoying the Polymaker filaments. I can get them very quickly on Amazon. One issue that I'm kind of having with Bamboo is that some Bamboo stuff comes from New Jersey. So I get it in a day or 2. Some stuff from Bamboo comes from California. So I get that stuff in a long time. Takes a long time for it to come. And I don't know when I'm ordering where something is going to come from. And when I ordered the printer and a bunch of filament, and the printer arrived in 2 days, and the filament was like another week and a half out. So I ended up buying some filament on Amazon, found Polymaker, and I've been pretty happy. I've been pretty happy with them. I have not gotten to the point of buying bulk yet. I did buy a lot more than I thought I would need, though. One of the other things that is very interesting about 3D printing to me is that you can do a lot of prints with one spool. And I have gone through an entire spool. This green color that you see everything in, I did go through like a spool and a half of that. The main reason is because I printed one version of those risers, realized I didn't like that version of the riser, so I printed a completely different version of the riser. So, yeah. Thingiverse is from Ultimaker, not MakerBot, which I believe are the same company right now. Somebody was saying. Oh, looks like Dennis is heading out. Dennis number 3. Roy says I went through 10 plus spools in a 4-month period, and yeah, I guess that's what I got to figure out. I have, if you're curious, I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 14 spools currently in this room right here, and I've got an order from Voxel coming with, I think, like 8 more spools, and I got another order coming from Bamboo with a couple more spools. So my problem right now, I thought when I part of why I didn't buy a 3D printer right away is because of space. I don't have, I mean, I don't have a lot of space in here. What I ended up doing to create space is I reorganized and combined a bunch of stuff. And yes, I'm probably going to get into Gridfinity and print a bunch of stuff in all of my drawers. So I will definitely be up until midnight tonight. So, you know, I'll be there. Ray, you know I have your phone number, and you know I'm going to be calling you at midnight. I don't know if you guys saw last week's video, but I put it out there that I wanted to be on around the layout, so I've been harassing Ray, and I hope everybody else has been harassing Ray as well. Ray, we did talk a little bit about you earlier. We don't have a YouTube meetup host for Amherst yet, so we're not sure if it's going to happen. So yes, I leave it run while I'm not here because I have 2 cameras on it, and I'm a little obsessive. I watch the cameras. The only time it hasn't been running is last night, because last night I could sense a problem was coming. One of my prints was starting to peel up, and I did not want to leave it run because I was afraid things were going to get tangled up. But yeah, in general, I let it. Run overnight. I do kind of, pay attention to it. This print is going to end in 3.5 hours, so that'll take me till about 1:30. So I'll probably keep an eye on it a little bit until then, and then I'll leave it be, because my next thing that I'm going to print is going to be with PLA, which I have in the poly dryer already, so that I can swap over quickly in the morning, because I printed one side spool. I decided I wanted a different one because I don't like this one, so I'm going to print another one out tomorrow. But yeah, so what I'm trying to do, I think I completely forgot to say this. The real thing that inspired me to get the printer, and what I need to eventually learn and to get to, is I want to print the correct bridge for the back of the layout back there. So that is the entire reason. And of course that camera didn't work. And that camera, you can't see what I'm trying to show you. And that camera's not working. And this is going really well. Does everybody love the darkness? Well, that worked just about as well as I expected it to. All right, so this bridge back here, right now it's just a Rick's Products bridge. It is not a model of what the bridge is actually there. So my goal is to learn enough 3D printing so that I could draw, and/or maybe by that point somebody will do it for me. I want to get an actual 1968 version of the Miller Highway. It had very distinct railings and very distinct sort of thing. So I want to get that for back there. So that's kind of what tipped me over, is that I kept looking at that back there, and I kept saying, if I don't just do it, if I don't custom do it, I'm never gonna, it's never gonna be what I want it to be. So that is what's gonna force me to learn how to draw and make things happen, is so that I can, because that's a scene, that scene is the foundation of this layout. It is where the Riverside Transfer gets its name from. It is, that is the big scene, so I want that to be right. So that's what we're gonna do. Thanks for joining me on this journey. Yes, I am now into 3D printing. I would love if people know of good N-scale 3D prints that I can print on a filament printer, I do have a 0.2 nozzle. So I can print like a building in N-scale. I can't print, you know, like people or anything like that in N-scale. But I figured I can print that bridge in N-scale with a 0.2 nozzle. So if anybody has any suggestions of N-scale models that I should try printing as I'm learning and on this journey, please let me know. I would really appreciate that. I am going to get back to the signaling. I'm going to, you know, I'm going to get to a point where I balance all these hobbies within a hobbies. And I guess one thing I've learned tonight in chat is a lot of you are also into 3D printing, so it's definitely a thing for everybody. From the city that never sleeps, farewell, model citizens.